I'm going to open his eyes, but I'll open his eyes when I get ready to open his eyes. But it's all for my what? My glory. And I'm quite sure he wasn't the only blind man on the planet. Can't I get a witness? I'm going to read that again. I want this to soak in. Listen. Y'all don't let me stay up here a long time, please. What is it, 2 Corinthians 1:3-4? Who? God. Who comforts us in all our troubles. Why is it you're not comforted? Put away anxiety. Put away worry. Put away fear. Draw near to God and he'll draw what? Near to you. He comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. You ought to be so comforted in your suffering that, hey, you can tell others, hey, you can trust God regardless of what you're going through. I know exactly what you mean. I've been there. I've done that. But God will sustain you through it all. Amen. And I'm just going to say this. I walk around every day like my psychiatrist asked me. She said, do you suffer from anxiety? I said, do I suffer from anxiety? I said, what kind of question is that? I say, with every footstep I make and every heartbeat my heart beats could be my very last. And the medical community told me that I'm a miracle child. So how do you think I feel walking around? Is this going to be my last heartbeat? Is this going to be my last day, Lord? You know, that stays on my mind. You know, so that's why I'm so grateful to God to let you know that you can live through anything and live a prosperous life. Always know that you belong to God and that he loves you and that it'll be okay regardless, and that you were not designed to stay here forever. When sin entered in, it corrupted everything for us. Sin brought in the what? Death sentence. And that's just the way it is. And it brought with it what? All the suffering that goes along as we are born and head toward that grave, that hole in the ground. There's suffering that's going to be before you get there if you don't die just all of a sudden. So we've got to deal with these issues. Okay, God is a God of... Let me go here. I've got to go get some healing scripture to let you know that, yeah, we believe in healing, but does God heal everybody? No. We need to understand that and not be disillusioned to believe that. Man, my goodness. We just try to put God in boxes and everything else. You're going to do this for me. Well, what if he don't? Maybe that's not his plan. What was I looking for? I want to get some healing scripture for you all, okay? Are you with me?
Amen.
Okay, just hang on in there. It ain't going to take long. I can get this phone back, right? I love working with this phone. It is really a nice tool to have. The verse of the day. Here we go. Why do we believe in healing? Well, the Bible in the Old Testament and the New Testament both speaks of miraculous healings, and that still goes on today. Okay? And God is able to provide both physical and spiritual healing people. We all know that. We know that for a fact that God will heal us physically, but does he heal everybody? The answer is no. And I don't care how much you hold on to this faith and all of that. God, yeah, have hope in that. Never give up hope. Never doubt God's ability to heal. Listen to this. Jeremiah 17:14. Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved, for you are the one I praise. James 5:14 and 15. Is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer offered in faith will make the sick person well. The Lord will raise them up. If they have sinned, he will forgive them. Believe that.
Amen.
But tack on the other side, flip it over and say, but he don't heal everybody. Know that. Know that. He don't heal everybody. And I've got to prove that to you. Some of you still have a closed mind that you can make God do what you want him to do by just believing. And that's so sad. And there's just so much proof. There's just so many ways that God has dealt with those, and you ain't wrote one book of the Bible. You just can't understand one verse of the Bible. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
You just can't understand one verse of the Bible, and God used these people to write the whole Bible. Write 16 books of it. And I'm going to jump and skip over right quick. God heals, but not always. Know this. We know that God heals. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
But we should also know, listen, that healing is not always, say always, the only path God takes and chooses for us. It's not the only path that God will choose for us. Sometime in God's perfect plan, this is real good, he allows us to suffer and experience disease, illness, and hardship. Sometimes in his perfect plan, he will allow you to be sick. He will allow you to suffer. Okay? Know that for a fact. I suffer every day. I've got to take oxygen every night if I want to be able to breathe the next day. I can't go outside and be free and walk around with all the pollen and stuff going around. I can't, my respiratory system is compromised. If I really was concerned about it, I'd put on a mask every time I come in this church. I should. Every time I turn around and pick up a baby, guess what? That's got a little runny nose, I get the same thing. I've been fighting for 4 weeks, had to go get me some antibiotics the other day. All because of a little boy's nose running. And I knew I got it. I knew that that was going to get me because of my physical condition. Did God heal me? No, he haven't healed me. So I have to trust him with what I'm left with. Can I get a witness? See, why does God allow sickness and suffering to come upon us at times? Because it's simply this. He can teach us things through our suffering that we can't be taught in any other way.
Amen.
In our suffering, we get real, don't we?
Amen.
No time for jokes, no time for playing, no time for... We get serious with God, and God says that I'm going to let this come upon you because I've got to do what? Teach you a lesson that a book seminar won't get you straight. Did you hear me? If you're living in comfort, you don't have no need of me. If you got prosperity, you really don't need me. So I'm going to send this your way to get your attention. Okay? So that you will grow. That you won't be comfortable and lackadaisical and loose in your living. So I'm going to send this way to get your attention and let you suffer a little while. So that you will get yourself together. Pull yourself together.
Right.
Pull yourself together. I know he did that to me. He had me pulling myself together, partner. Whoa, that's right. And he left this condition of affliction intact because he knows that I'm the kind that need it. He knows that I need this. He knows that I need this. Why is he saying that God ain't gonna put nothing on you, that just let it stay there because you need stuff? Yes, he will. And I'm going to the Word of God and prove it. Listen to this. Here's some examples of suffering that he left in place. Paul had a problem with his eyesight. He was never healed. 16 books of the Bible had a problem with his eyesight, and he was never healed. Walk with what? He never healed him? My what? My grace is sufficient. Mac, you're going to be afflicted until you leave here, but my grace is sufficient. I'm going to still use you, and you're going to do the right thing, and I've got to use this as a bridle in your mouth. I have to control you with something more than just faith in my words. So I'm going to put this on you so that, that you can see the consequences if you don't get it right. Did you understand that? Listen to this. When Timothy was sick, did he say go to a healing service? No, he said do what? Drink a little wine. Can I get a witness? Timothy, you my son in the ministry, and I love you. You've been taught the word of God, etc., etc. He said, you don't need to go to a healing service, Timothy. Drink a little wine for your stomach's sake. My goodness. Lazarus, he did what? Raised Lazarus up from the dead, what? So that he could die again. And some is. Paul had a thorn in his flesh, right? We got to read this. We got to read this. And he went to the Lord and prayed over and over and over, asking God to do what? Please heal me. Please take this thorn out of my flesh. But God had a specific reason for what? Leaving the thorn in his flesh. Let's look at that. This is going to take longer than I thought. 1 Corinthians 12. Somebody go with me. 1 Corinthians 12. Let's look at verses 6 through 8. 12. 6 through 8, it reads, what did I say? 1 Corinthians 12, 6 through 8. 1 Corinthians 12. No, that's not it. Well, I gotta go a different way. You gotta know why the thorn was left in the flesh, okay? So y'all bear with me. I gotta go find the scripture right quick. Anybody in here? I hope. Yeah, we do have a 3 o'clock service time. It's just a little bit after 1. I hope. We got a 4 o'clock service, so I'm not gonna let anybody's service stop this service. And that's for sure. They'll just have to wait. This thorn in my flesh. Thorn in the flesh. That's 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through 10. Corinthians 12, 7 through 10. Paul said this, he understood this. He said, at least I should be exalted above men to get the big head by the abundance of the revelation. A thorn in the flesh was given to me. In other words, that I wouldn't become conceited, that I wouldn't become big-headed about how great I am and how great a man of God I am. A thorn in the flesh was given to me, a messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I be exalted above measure. Concerning this thing, I pleaded with the Lord 3 times that it might depart from me. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for you. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, most gladly, I will rather boast in my infirmities, that the power of Christ may rest upon me. God leaves in place things that we need to keep control of us and to keep us from becoming what? Big-headed, that we don't have no need of him, that we can do all of this on our own, that we're trusting in the doctor, we're trusting in our own faith. You can pray until you're blue in the face at times, and God will leave that condition in place. And if he did it to Paul and would remove it, if he told Timothy to drink some wine, if he did it for Job, to Job, and Job didn't have a lack of faith, did he? Job was a what kind of man? He was a perfect man in the sight of God. He did nothing wrong, although his friends accused him of sin. But God did that and allowed that to happen to Job because he what? Because he had a bigger plan and bigger purpose for Job. He knew that he was going to do what? Bless Job. It was a contest between God and Satan as to whether Job would be faithful in his suffering. That's the key. Are you going to be faithful regardless of the outcome of the condition that God is allowing? Are you going to trust him regardless? Or will you be one to get angry with God if he don't do what you want him to do? I've asked the Lord many times, why me? I've even tried to lay back on, I've sacrificed 44 years of my life for you, Lord. What else do you want from me? I've even tried to talk that way about things. And God let me know that you haven't suffered anything unto death. You haven't suffered. At least you haven't suffered unto death. And I can use you sick, or I can use you well. All I want you to do is trust me. And Paul understood. He said he left this affliction with me. And Lord knows, I can hear Paul now saying, Lord knows I prayed and begged and asked God 3 times. And he said God left it right there. So Paul died with his affliction. Job was one that was afflicted and was raised back up and given double for his trouble. So when we look at these examples of God dealing with people and how he deals with them in their suffering and their sickness and their trials and their tribulations, he don't deal with us all the same way, does he?
No.
And regardless of what, you stay faithful to God and know that he is able to heal us. Jesus said it himself. I can read on and on scriptures over and over. I can read scriptures about suffering, and I can also match that with scriptures that say you can be healed. And that's just the truth.